Welcome to this film review. I am reviewing the magnificent movie of Mamma Mia, and I'll be going through the plot, all the financial stuff, directors, all that crack, cameras, just pretty much everything. And it's like, I don't know, let's just get started. I guess I'll get started with the plot. The plot, which is kind of there, but kind of not at the same time, because it's kind of just all songs, and it's like, the songs don't actually really help with the plot very much, but there we go. So the plot is Sophie doesn't know who her dad is because Donna Sheridan decided to go on a wee holiday for the summer, and somehow she ended up with three potential fathers, and she didn't decide to do a DNA test, which is like kind of real, but also like you probably should have done that. Especially because you literally inherited one of the like grandmothers. Like you literally took her money to buy your hotel. So like you probably should have asked someone. But I digress. So anyway, let's get into the actors. So we have potential fathers who like never actually get figured out. Sam, Bill, and Harry, which are played by Pierce Brosnan, Stellan Skarsgård, and Colin Firth. They all did like bang average, I guess. Like in interviews, we literally see Pierce Brosnan say the only reason I did this role was because Meryl Streep was doing it, and like who wouldn't do a movie like that? Like it's honestly so valid, and it's like I know you weren't the best, but like I would also do that, so I get where he was coming from. Oh yeah, and obviously Donna Sheridan played by Meryl Streep, Tanya and Rosie played by Christine Barnowski and Julie Walters. Like honestly, they were so good. Like in Mamma Mia, I don't think I could picture too many other people playing those roles. We have Sophie, Ali, and Lisa. Who like Ali and Lisa? Let's go on a rant here. Ali and Lisa, they should have had a much bigger part than just being background characters. Because like we had the two trios of Sam, Bill, and Harry, Donna, Tanya, Rosie, and like they decided to give Sophie two other characters to be like, ah yes, Sophie has friends, but like they literally speak it at the start of the movie, maybe have a couple lines in the middle, but overall they like don't actually help anything. I feel like if I was the director, I would give, well, not even the director, the screenwriter, I would give them lines. And it's just like, I don't know what they were doing there. And then we have Sky, played by Dominic Cooper, and that's actually another role, which I think should have been given more time to develop. Felt like Sophie and Sky didn't have much of a bond, and it's like, they're literally kind of the reason this movie's happening, because these characters are getting married. They are not acting like they're engaged. They're just acting like really just friendly and not like romantically, and it's like, what are you doing? Also, even like the end of this movie, and it's like they don't find out who their dad is, and it's like one third of a dad. That's like a great message and all, but I also did kind of want to know who the dad was, because it's just like, what's the point of like Sophie just starting to read her diary, knowing what her mum was up to in whenever she was pregnant, and it's like, personally, I wouldn't want to know that without finding out the answer of who my dad was. This movie did insanely well, with a budget of 52 million, Meryl Streep on there, Pierce Brosnan post-Bond, Colin Firth after all his rom-coms. Obviously it was going to do well, but it did insane with in the domestic box office getting $144 million alone, and then just overall worldwide it made near $600 million, and that's before the DVD sales, which they're just kind of mind-blowing to me. With $148 million on just DVDs, so many movies would not make that much money alone, let alone just in your DVD sales. You're matching your domestic box office and your DVD sales pretty much exactly. And I feel like that's pretty much unheard of, besides from maybe Pitch Perfect, which ended up making more in its worldwide DVD sales than it did in the worldwide box office. But it's really just rare. And going off of that, we have the actual like how it was received by the audience. With IMDb, it was a 6.5 out of 10, which fair. On Metacritic, the critics did not love it. A critic score of 51 and a user score of 6.6. Like, do these critics just not feel joy? Rotten Tomatoes had a score of 55 on the critics, 66% audience. So it's like IMDb, Metacritic, and Rotten Tomatoes for like the audience was pretty bang the same. But you know what's not cool? Just like how so many of the characters don't actually really have a story. Tanya, like her story is being the Barney Stinson of Mamma Mia, and it's just like this man won't stop trying to get with her, and it's like, was the only reason for that so she could have a solo song. So the camera used for this, the Panavision Panaflex Millennium XL camera, and Panavision C series anamorphic lens, Panavision E series anamorphic lenses. So it was filmed on one of those. They did a pretty decent job filming, but there's like some pretty obvious places where you can tell they replaced the audio, and it's like even from the start of the movie, it's just like at some point when they cut away, you can literally just like hear the change in environment to a studio, and it's really obvious. Surely there would have been more ways to do that. Talita Lloyd was offered the chance to direct the musical Mamma Mia in 1999, and like fair play in 2008 that she was given the part again to do it cinematically, but I don't think this was her strongest since this was like obviously her debut. It would have been insanely difficult to have this be the best movie ever for your debut cinematically. Like even though she'd done plays, this is a completely different ballgame. She did this. She did a pretty good job, but I think like it didn't really translate very well. Ali and Lisa in the stage production had a better vision, and it just like it felt like they were just included so Sophie didn't have to be alone when reading this diary in the movie. Even Sky, like if Sky and Sophie's friends were taken out of the movie, it still like could have been a coherent movie. Like you would have had to change nothing major about the plot because they didn't get married, the friends didn't do anything. So if you just changed it to Sophie wanting to know who her dad's was, and she started reading her mother's diary and found the addresses, and she just decided to invite them over. Like that wouldn't have been very different. So she decided to, well, she didn't decide. She only directed one of her movie, and it was actually a biopic on the life of Margaret Thatcher. It's just so different compared to a Mamma Mia musical. Okay, so let's talk about some of the cast and like what they were in before, all that. So we have Sophie played by Amanda Seyfried, which like honestly such a great choice. She can sing, she can dance really well, she can just be a lead. They took such a chance on her because before this she really wasn't a lead character in anything. She was like really the most in pop culture was Karen in Mean Girls, which another insane movie. Meryl Streep playing Donna was also another great choice. Meryl Streep playing Donna, another just fantastic choice with not doing much singing, but she really went into this role and made it her own. With the fact of her doing the winner takes it all in one take in the recording studio and like actually listening to that and hearing how it played out in the movie as well, like that's how you know you got someone great. Pierce Brosnan, who like I'm not like the biggest fan of him, but he was in like so many James Bond films before this. He was established. All of the senior actors in this, well, not senior, like Tanya, Rosie, Bill, Harry, they were all established in their own right in so many movies. I just felt so star-studded for what this really is of just people in Greece not having much of a plot and they're just singing ABBA songs while a marriage could happen. My next point that I will be getting to is IMDb reviews because they are some of the most fun. They're just so good. So here is an 8 out of 10. With this big opening weekend, either you're going to see the darker film The Dark Knight or you're going to see something more lighthearted like Mamma Mia. I'm sorry, in 2008 were those your only options? And even then, as Cam from Modern Family said, Meryl Streep could have played Batman and it would have been the right role. So like, you're pretty much watching Meryl Streep twice there. Right. Overall, this movie I actually really, really enjoyed. It just, like, it doesn't have a plot. And the music doesn't really fit into, like, the plot either. Like, it's such a fun time. But, like, if I was looking at this from a plot perspective, it wouldn't make any sense, really. Like, the movie ending with Donna getting married to Sam, it's like, it makes sense. But it's also, like, Sky and Sophie just deciding not to get married. And then in the second one, they're married anyway, so like it actually didn't matter. Like she was just like, I just want to focus on getting to know my dad. I love that for you, but you've also built this relationship with Sky, and like you didn't need you could go with Sky, go on your honeymoon, come back, and your dads would still be there, wanting to know more about you because they've just met you. Like it's not like they would go up and leave like Donna did, or was she scared that Donna was gonna just get up and somehow move away from Greece, just leaving everybody? And I guess that's my yapping over. Peace out.